Well, you got to be careful when you're listening to people on the internet, myself included. I was going to make this video about stuff that I've heard that, home ownership is harder. So it's gone down in percentage over the years, but then also that, because it's getting harder to buy a house, and yes, the process is more difficult as time goes on, that the average age of first-time homebuyers is going up. And I was like, yeah, that feels like it's true. But when I started unpacking the numbers, it's not true. Not really, not as catastrophically as is perceived by everyone. People in the industry and people on the internet, obviously. So for home ownership, the low was in 1961, where it was just around 60%. So post-war wasn't a great time. The high, for context, was in 2006, and it was about 68.5%. So a split of about 8.5% from the low to the high in terms of home ownership rate, just in general. And the 2025 projections at 67%. So not that bad, especially when you consider how close we are to all-time highs. So, I had a misconception regarding this as well. I thought, it's getting harder unless people are owning homes. But historically speaking, not really. The 2025 numbers are still set to come out later this year, well, probably early next year. So that could change. But then that made me kind of wonder about first-time homebuyers, because I feel like the age is going up and up and up. And, we think that people would have bought houses at 20, and everybody bought houses at 20 or 25 back in the day. So I started looking into that. Again, numbers, we don't really have them for the 70s. So I started in 1990. The average age of first-time homebuyers in 1990 was 30 years old. In 2005, that crept up to 32 years old. Then in 2020, that crept up to 36. We're probably sitting around 37 right now. The 2025 numbers aren't out yet. We got to wait for the most recent census to come out with the numbers, but that's what we're sitting at. Again, not catastrophic like everyone is making it seem. These are raw data. You can't really argue with this. This is from census and whatnot. So, when you kind of take everything into context and do a little bit of research, you realize that it's not as bad as everyone is making it seem. There's a lot of fear mongering going on out there, and it's not just in real estate. I feel like it's in everything these days. So kind of be careful of your mental diet, what you're putting into your streams and your feeds, because you don't need it if it's bullshit.